Unfortunately, we are a community that is generally visualized as one body part and not a whole. Our behinds, rump shakers, derrieres, and apple bottoms seem to get more attention than our intellect and activism. Our physical attributes are only a single portion of our thousand-piece puzzle, and to limit us to such boundaries is nothing more than historical, institutional, social, and sexual oppression. Yet we cannot forget that we do not stand alone on the issue. Our fellow Asian and Asian American sisters are usually perceived with closed mouths. They are constantly stereotyped as docile and quiet. Reducing them and us to such low standards is detrimental to members of our community's self-esteem and society's expectations of us. Hello to you all, my inspirations, my peers, and my future prodigies. My name is Mariah Young. I am currently a student at San Diego State University. I would like to thank National Association for the Advancement of Colored People for the opportunity to speak in such of a profound group of black women. My goal is to create a coalition that can improve our portrayals in the media for years to come. The focus on black women's behinds and Asian women's lips are more than just physical. It's about power. The power to describe us as hypersexual animals and justify the physical and sexual abuse placed on us for centuries. The power to place us on display, from the Hottentot Venus to the current video vixen. The power to distort black men's views of us enough that they slander us in hip-hop music. The power to mute Asian women's voices. The power to use silence as a means to control and dominate. The power to deceive the public. The power to not only convince society but ourselves that we are nothing more than a piece of a whole. The power to convince us that we are not worthy enough to have faces, language, intellect, and power. The reign over women in color is a stepping stone for supremacy. As long as we believe and internalize what is being said and illustrated in the media, then the manipulation will never cease to exist. Ladies, let's not stand alone. Let's not fight alone. They may not look like us, talk like us, or have the same cultural values, but they do feel the pain we feel. As much as we differ, we are alike. We are all oppressed in abundance because of our gender and the color of our skin. We are women of color that live in a white patriarchal culture that says we are not good enough. Little do they know we are beyond good enough. We are honestly more than they can explain, hence all the limitations. It is an understatement to say we need to broaden the Western world's depictions of the two groups. Our culture currently reinforces stereotypes with portrayals. It is necessary to persuade the media to expand the Asian, Asian American, and black women's portrayals in news, television, and the big screen. We are more than just vixens, mammies, bitches, dragon ladies, and karate chicks. Boycotting television shows, movies, and non-violent protests in front of major production companies can influence and encourage less superficial storylines and more accurate depictions of our women. We see the comedic, obese, unattractive black women in movies such as Legally Blonde, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, and Norbit. We also have news playing comedic interviews of uneducated blacks such as Sweet Browns. Ain't nobody got time for that. Not to forget reality television's Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop. We also have the quiet whores from Memoirs of a Geisha and butt kickers in Live Free or Die Hard, and Charlie's Angels. As long as we focus on the issue at hand, the collaboration can be a great success. Failure is not an option. Our future generations are at stake. Our culture's expectations are placed on our young women, and the media visual effects reinforces a certain desired norm. After a while, many women internalize what they see and hear. They begin to look at themselves from a male perspective and place the same expectations onto other women. They believe that showing their assets is the proper way to get a man's attention, and sex is the next step to keeping one. Some women think that they must submit to a man and stay quiet in a relationship. Society needs to change the messages they are sending to young women because there is no cookie-cutter shape to fit into. It is our right to be ordinary, or simple, or extreme. No woman is made the same, and no woman should be forced to be the same as another. All black women do not have big butts, and all Asian women are not quiet. Trust me, I've seen some pancakes and met some chatterboxes in my day, but I love it that way. If you all can learn to put your egos aside, you can too. Leave here today with an open mind. The startup process can be easier than you think. Try to create an open dialogue with Asian or Asian American female friends, neighbors, or co-workers. We can decrease the misogyny burdened on all of our shoulders together.